urban legends, folklore, unique history, and whatever makes your town unique. We call them hometown tales because every town has one.
Hometown Tales vidcast, another gorgeous day in Motown, New Jersey. That's Morristown, the revolutionary capital of America, for those of you who didn't know. It's one of those kind of days where you want to cut out work and go on a road trip. Fitzpatrick just got back from a road trip, went down to Annapolis, Maryland. And where did he stay? Another haunted hotel. Coming up right now on the Hometown Tales vidcast, the haunted Kent Manor Inn.
Just minutes from Annapolis, Maryland, lies a beautiful inn on Kent Island. The inn hosts lavish weddings, 4-star dinners, and a very comfortable stay. However, visitors and employees have also noticed a strange presence in the dwelling. My trip to the inn began like any good horror movie. I arrived in town late one evening and proceeded down a long, dark road. The inn rests a mile off the main state route on acres of an old plantation. As I drove down the winding and silent road, I could see the imposing old structure off in the distance, as if its windows were glaring at my arrival. Of course, the night of my stay, the inn was undergoing renovations, so there was no one there to check me in. Instead, the key and hotel information were left on the front desk. The renovations would also explain the vacancy in the normally crowded parking lot. I was one of 2 rooms booked that night. I was about to spend the night nearly alone in an old, supposedly haunted Victorian inn. Off in the distance, I would hear intense banging and clamoring. A young man emerged who would inform me of the reported hauntings and legends.
I've heard a lot of stories, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
What kind of stuff? Alexander Thompson built the structure just before the Civil War on land given to him from his mother, the prominent Sarah Smith. I would hear the regular tales of disappearing luggage, blinking lights, and unexplained noises, all of course reportedly the work of Alex's ghost. And did I mention the rumor that Alex hung himself in the cupola and haunts it to this day? Guess where I was staying? Right next to the cupola. So I had my camera ready and settled in for the night. I did have some lights shut off occasionally and a padlocked door that made me wonder what they were keeping out, especially because I was staying exactly above what was rumored to be Alex's room. Regardless, there were no sightings of Alex that night. The next morning, I had the opportunity to sit down with the operator of the inn.
My name is Dave Malloy. I'm the president of a Maryland holding company. I have a partner, and we operate the inn since we bought it in 1995. Because this area was settled by, explored by Captain John Smith back in the 1600s, and Pocahontas and all that sort of thing. There's a tremendous 300 years of history here. So. The primary builder of most of the inn was a gentleman named Alexander Thompson. He was a lifelong resident here and died in 1875 and is buried here in Stevensville. He was a dilettante of his time. He was wealthy and spent most of his time engaged in the fun pursuits of life, and was kind of this was a social setting, and he was kind of the center of the social activity of a lot of the island, apparently, during that period of time.
He would inform me of Alex's history and rumored paranormal visits. Other reports claim the mysterious scent of tobacco, disappearing luggage, and the occasional goosing of female workers.
Some of the staff had claimed to have actually seen, apparitions of Alexander. Gave him quite a start, apparently.
The ghost of Alex, or just wishful thinking? Recently, the Kent Manor figured out how to keep Alex in check.
We found quite a lovely picture of him and enlarged it and hung it in the hall so that everyone who comes and goes gets a chance to see that Alexander was the progenitor, I guess, of this lovely building as it stands today.
Ever since the photograph was hung, Alex has been fairly quiet. The inn is a popular place for weddings, overnight stays, and good meals. Just make sure you acknowledge the picture of Alex when you enter, and if you're a female guest, watch your back. The ghost of Alexander Thompson might be looking for a little bit of attention.
Morristown, New Jersey. Along Route 124 sits a statue memorializing Thomas Paine, the author of the famous words, "These are the times that try men's souls," and often called the father of the Revolution. Sculpted by George Lober and dedicated in July 1950, it is the only statue of Thomas Paine in the entire nation. For more towns and tales, check out hometowntales.com.
If you get a hotel room with a padlock on a door, get another room. Anyway, I would. Hope you liked this last vidcast from Hometown Tales. Listen, vote for us. Podcast Pickle, Podcast Alley, iTunes. Tell people about us. The Hometown Tales podcast and vidcast. And as always, we can't do this without you. Send us your tales. hometowntales@gmail.com. Take care.